The Nobel Peace Prize used to be the highest honor, but to be honest, not anymore. It's given to politicians who promote pretty much division more than unity. It's a tool now. It's a tool that critics use for self-benefit. It's a dead prize, honestly. So I'm starting my own peace prize, which I'll encourage others to do as well. The best prize is more valuable when it comes from the people. Welcome to the first ever Bazzi Peace Prize. My first reward goes to the critics, the ones that have mastered the art of division. Today I'm pulling out that engine, the engine of division, to diagnose the problem and look at it from a perspective of the mind of the mechanic. So let's take it apart. So I'm taking it apart. I'm looking at the gears, the components. I'm looking at how it works. And I'm coming to the conclusion that it's meant to grind us down. So I came up to 3 different issues, or 3 different components, if I could say, or exhibits. That's what I'll use. I'll use exhibits. I would say I'll go with the first exhibit. Exhibit A, the Celestial Global Critics. I call them celestial due to the fact that this certain group of humans think that they sit higher than pretty much the rest of humanity, and they look down upon us, that they live in the sky where God's supposed to be, and that they know what's right and what's wrong for us, so they make the decisions for us, supposedly. But in all honesty, they're just like us. Meanwhile, they'll sit at the top, cause mayhem and division. Meanwhile, we're down here dealing with the wreckage. No. And based off that first exhibit A, you'll find that it breaks and it has control, or it supposedly thinks it does. Oh, sometimes it does work. Which bring us to the next gear, which is exhibit B, the false nationalists. They wrap themselves in a flag, but in honesty, they're only holding a knife. A true nationalist builds unity. A false nationalist builds division, or a civil war. One gear rolls to the other, which brings me down to exhibit C, the blind who choose to be blind. These local critics kiss the ring, and they stick to the status quo, thinking that people higher than them have it figured out. They just have to live. I saw this when I launched my own petition. I realized that people jumped with an opinion, which an opinion is good. Criticism can always be, but criticism that's built to destruct, but it comes out of laziness, on an effort, or just quick to answer. The ring kissers. They said, "What's the point? You're just stirring trouble." Well, forgive me if you choose to ignore the truth, but you need to wake up. God is getting tired of sending boats. And by the way, this brings me to the distinction between 2 types of critics. You have a true critic, somebody that criticizes to fix an issue or to fix a system. Then you have the false critic, somebody that criticizes out of personal emotions or to destroy anything. The one thing that's very easy for them to use is by criticizing and bringing you down to their level will make them feel special about themselves. Those false critics, they talk about civil war like it's a fairy tale, like it would never happen. But they still choose to use hate as a weapon, or hate as something that they could preach about and expect things will be a lot better. Hate is not an ingredient. What you're doing is you're baking a cake, an awful tasting cake that we'll all have to eat. So stop. So that was my breakdown, and not really a reward. So that was my fake award. Welcome to the Bazzi Peace Prize Award. My prize doesn't go to those critics who stir up war. It goes to the builders, who are brave enough to continue building right through that battlefield. 100% clear. This reward list is not based on order or from great to weak. They're all great people. It's just a salute from a small builder to a greater builder. So forgive me for not having anything shiny or a beautiful object that's shaped like the moon. But I know for a fact that builders don't really run after shiny things. What I've chosen to give to our builders, our great builders, is one of the builder's greatest tools. A piece of paper. A mandate for you to continue building and writing. The first Bazzi Peace Prize goes to those that have the trait of unbreakable truth. And those would be the ones that wear the press vest. Our journalist. I give this to you because there is no memory card, no book, no newspaper can explain the heroism and the resilience that you guys have done for us. I sit here in my studio comfortable, looking at my phone, seeing the action that you guys do. And to be honest, I feel like a coward compared to you. I hope this piece of paper counts for something. Thank you. The world's in debt to you. And a moment of silence for the journalists who have lost their lives in the line of duty, in spreading truth, the unbreakable truth. And the second prize goes to an individual that has a trait of fearless compassion. And this individual is Norman Finkelstein. Continue writing, Professor. You have changed the history. You've made your parents proud. And the nation proud. So thank you, Professor. Third Bazzi Peace Prize goes to an individual that has the trait of true reflection. And that individual is Dr. Gabor Mate. Because you're a true son born out of war. An individual that took pain and dissected it and reflected on it and understood it and gave the world the most honest answer and honest teachings. Thank you, Doctor. The fourth Bazzi Peace Prize goes to an individual that has the traits of uncompromising integrity. And that individual is Francesca Albanese. This is a tough love award because you are the guardian of standards. Because some builders decided to forget the rules for self-benefit. But you were stern, and you stood firm and made the laws clear. You reminded us that builders that start building for themselves just become a critic in disguise. Thank you. Thank you for doing so much. The fifth Bazzi Peace Prize goes for an individual who redefined a term. He took a term that said, great again? And he said, stop, silly. It's not great again. It's always been great. We're gonna make it first again. And that individual is Thomas Massey, a true American, a true representative of the people. Thank you, Thomas. Continue making your wife proud. Now it brings us to reward number 6. This reward is given to an individual that had the trait of a big brother. And this individual is Tucker Carlson, a man who set aside his pride and loyalty to the system and realized that his nation is in trouble in a time that it needed somebody to be inspired or somebody to look up to. So Tucker took the position of the older brother to the nation and a big brother to Nick Fuentes. Bear with him, the kid has heart. The 7th Peace Prize goes to an individual that embraced the change of heart. And that individual is Charlie Kirk. That change gave Charlie a throat of steel that his critics could not crush. A throat that potentially has the key to bring in peace to his nation, as well as other nations. The thing about Charlie is, when you mention Charlie's name, you have to mention somebody that was dear to him, somebody that was close to his heart. And this individual takes the trait of a true friend. She's been called every name on the book. But Bazzi, I found a name and a trait that suits her well. Charlie's best friend, Candace Owens. Because Candace is a true friend. She's fighting a battle for her best friend that nobody's getting involved in. What a friend to have. What I tell Candace, let them have it. Stir that shit the fuck up. Alright, best friend? And the final Bazzi Peace Prize goes for the trait of bold unity. And 2 people get a reward. These individuals are Shanks Yeager and Anna Kasparian. The life of the party. Because when critics try to divide us, Shank and Anna took the initiative to build alliance and let people know that we're all the same. So thank you. This will be it for today. I'll have more prizes in next episodes, but I wanted to base and get started and inspire our hard-working builders and let them know that we are watching them. Thank you. And know, the critic's greatest weapon is division. A builder's weapon is a lot more than one thing. So I'll build up all the traits from the previous individuals, great builders previously. Truth, fearlessness, reflection, integrity, redefinition, and inspiration. Change, legacy, and the one above all, unity. The only way to beat a civil war is to refuse to fight. It's to find other builders and communicate and understand and come to a common ground and conclusion under the one true American term, which is we the people. And that's the standard, isn't it? That should be the standard, not just for all of us Americans, regardless your race, your belief, whether you're Christian, Muslim, or Jewish. That should be the standard of life. I want you to see past these narratives that these critics create. Stay united. I'll end this with the words of Malcolm X. I'm for the truth no matter who tells it. I'm for justice no matter who it's for or against. I'm a human being first and foremost. And as such, I'm for whoever and whenever benefits humanity as a whole.
I tried so hard and got so